I'm Patricia with Hobcaw Barony, and I'm here in our little glass greenhouse, and we are waxing camellias this morning. So, waxing camellias allows you to be able to make beautiful displays with camellias without having them in water. The idea is that the wax seals the flower and makes it last a very long time. Sometimes 6 to 8 weeks you can have a camellia waxed. And here are some of the things that you need to wax. Golf wax. My mother used to put this in her jelly on the top of her jars. You can get it in the grocery store, Walmart, you can get it almost anywhere. Next is mineral oil. And the ratio between these two are somewhat important. 1 pound of wax to 8 ounces of mineral oil. So it's one of these and half of one of these. Pretty easy. Spatula. Little strainer. The thermometer, some people use candy thermometers. However, this digital thermometer I've had for years, and it has been with me through many a waxing, and it just works really well. It has a little thing on the side, and you can just sit it right there. And Presto cooker. I have tried crock pots. They don't work quite as well. The Presto cooker is inexpensive. It lasts a very long time, but you're not going to be cooking any stews in them again, I promise you that. Ice cold water and something to put them on. Spanish moss is something that I found works very well because it's very giving and it's ornamental. But I've actually shipped waxed camellias in a box that was cushioned with the Spanish moss, and it made it to Chicago very well. So anyway, that is my choice. There's many other things you could probably use. So then it comes to the technique. The wax and the mineral oil. You can fluctuate the temperature a little bit. Optimum is 138, and you can go as high as 140, but you kind of want to keep it in there somewhere. And the flowers that work best are ones with large, very firm, turgid petals, and the fresher your blossom, the longer it lasts in the wax. And let's see, here is a Professor Sargent. These are ones that do not work well. The anemone form, they're just too tight, and the wax clumps. You're doing it no favor. And also deep reds. You want to preserve that deep red, I know, and I have tried it so many times, but all that it does is mute the richness, the deepness color of the flower. Now, if it's a variegated one, red and white, that works pretty good. So I'm going to start with this little Marie Bracy. I'm going to pull the leaves back. People always ask, can you wax the leaves? Sure, you can, but after you do it, it mutes the color. It doesn't look as pretty, and plus the leaves last weeks on their own without having any wax on them. So here, you don't want to just dunk it. You want to do a twirl to the side. So I'm going to do a little twirl to the side, and I do it fairly quick. You don't want to shake the flower around. It just throws wax all over the place. Then you hold it up to let it get into the cracks and crevices. Go in at an angle with that also. Nice cold ice water, and voila. There you have a lovely wax flower, and we are going to do a couple more. You don't want to put it in too long. You can actually, it kind of starts to cook if you wait too long. Into the side, give it a twirl, dip, 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 dunk up, and in the cold water. If you go straight down in the water, it tends to push petals in an unnatural position. So going in for the side is best. You can also do this with roses. Once again, the pale colors, the antique colors. They come out, they look like ceramic and porcelain. They're beautiful. This big beauty is a Frank Hauser. It is a reticulata, and it has been jibbed, and I'm afraid. But let's see what happens. It's a whopper. Another reason that you don't want to shake them is sometimes the blossom can actually shake right off of the stem. There we go. And we have this nice handy dandy little thing. Sometimes the wax will come off and get in your water, and then you just scoop it out, dump it out. You don't want any clumps on your flower. It is best to stir your wax when you're preparing with the spatula. If you try to use the candy thermometer, it makes bubbles. Then you have bubbles. We don't want bubbles in our camellias. So here is Frank Hauser waxed. So here is a fun activity that you can do, and it is wonderful if you're going to have the ladies over. Christmas time, you can do white roses and incorporate red berries and holly with it, and it's just a beautiful thing, wonderful conversation piece, and I hope you've enjoyed our segment.